Graduation day, A. It's graduation day, A. It's graduation day. What if I was to tell you that your healing journey is over and that it's time for you to live? And it's not because there's nothing left for you to grow from, but because you finally realized you were never broken. See, some of us, we spend years and months on our healing journey, healing our inner child, doing shadow work, releasing ourselves from fear, doing deep dives into our past. But healing isn't supposed to be a full time job. It's not your full time identity, right? It's supposed to just help you to return to self. But I think a lot of us, we've gotten lost in the idea of healing and breaking generational cycles. And we feel like it's supposed to last forever. But healing is a season, not a lifestyle. And at some point, you're going to have to stop fixing and start living. Let's talk about it. Glow up, glow up, glow up, glow up. It's time to show up, show up, show up, glow up, glow up, glow up. It's time to show up, show up, show up. Iswa, This week's energy is all about ease. So let's talk about what it looks like when your healing season is complete, okay? So the idea that you're always healing, it implies that something is wrong with you. But healing just means integration, not repair. So you've done the inner work, you've met your shadow, you've cried, you journaled, you screamed, you kicked stuff or threw stuff, I don't know. You release things and you've gone through this forgiving experience, right? Forgiving yourself, forgiving others, doing things like that. And now your soul is like, look, hello, like pick up the phone, open the door, something. We can live now. We don't have to stay in our shadow work forever. We don't have to stay in this forgiving forever. We don't have to stay in the shadow forever, in this hermit mode, in these cocoons forever. That it's time for you to break free, for you to come out, and for you to actually live. Because we can get so caught up in the past that we stop living our present moment. We can get so caught up in the idea of the future that we stop living in our present moment. Because healing, you guys, listen to this. Healing is meant to be a bridge, not a home. You crossed the bridge already, so now you can stop rebuilding it. I love that. Healing is meant to be a bridge, okay? You already crossed over that bridge. You already did the work. So now you can stop rebuilding the bridge over and over and over, exhausting yourself. Let's talk about healing versus embodiment, okay? Healing is awareness. Embodiment is application. So healing asks the question, like, why did this happen to me? Right? I know we all ask that question at some point in our life. Why did this happen to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh. But then embodiment says, how do I live differently now? How do I live differently now? So we can change our mindset and the way we think about things when things come. Because if we don't, we'll stay in that healing mentality, thinking that we're still in survival mode. Ooh, maybe that's what it is. Some of you are stuck in survival mode. When in actuality, your soul is like, come on, let's live. You've already survived. Come on, come on. I'm trying to wake you up. Healing is about discovering your power. So when we realize what healing really is, I think that we can move from healing into living. When we realize healing is the bridge to get us to our destination, our whole selves, returning to our most natural selves underneath all the titles, underneath all the things that we've gone through, right? And if we knew that healing is about discovering your power, embodiment is about using it. Embody the new version of yourself, the one that's already healed, the one that's already out of survival mode. Because when you stay in survival mode for such a long period of time, and just being in survival mode, I understand it gives you this certain strength that you didn't even know you had, right? But if you stay in survival mode, how can you embody your future self? How can you embody wealth? How can you embody and attract those very things that you desire when your mindset is stuck in surviving? when your actions are stuck in surviving, when your words are stuck in surviving. I want you to think about, where in my life am I still acting like I'm healing when I could start living? Where are you acting like you're healing and you really need to start living? Because there are a lot of people that secretly fear if they stop healing. Yeah, they feel like they'll fall apart. They don't really know who they really are outside of their healing experience. But you're not abandoning the process, okay? You're just graduating from survival mode. That's the difference. So there's a quiet kind of confidence that's saying, I trust myself enough to live now. That type of confidence. Saying that repeatedly in your mind. I trust myself enough to live now. Do you really trust yourself outside of your healing journey? Think about that, because when you really trust yourself, you stop fixing and you start living. That's it. You start living. Because you've already spent such a long time in dark rooms of your past, inside. And now it's time for you to open the windows, let the light in, let life become art again, laughter, music, love, whatever it is that you enjoy and like to do, express yourself in that way. This energy, especially the energy that's coming, you guys, and I don't know when you're watching this, of course, this is just, a video that's timeless, but it's the end of October and November's coming. And November's energy is all about ease. Okay, I'm going to do a separate video, so that's coming next. I'm going to be going deeper into the energy of November so that we make sure that as you move from survival mode into living, that you're matching that energy of the universe, the energy of what's going on around you, right? Matching that energy, the energy of ease, right? Instead of having that conflict where you feel like you're still surviving, you're still going through different things. Now it's about changing your mindset about how you view it, everything that's coming. So listen, you guys, I don't care if you got to play. I don't care. When you did that inner child work, did you just do all the healing or did you actually play and have fun? Because I like to teach people, when you're healing, how to have fun through healing. How, yeah, of course you release through your tears and you do different things like that, but don't you know that healing can be fun? It can be a fun thing. And like I said, just like with everything else, you have your fun moments and then you have your moments where you want to just release, where you want to cry, where you want to write something down, where you're just in that. But it's okay to be there. Just don't stay there. And this is something that I tell my kids too. It's okay to get upset. Don't stay upset though, okay? Don't stay there, because the longer you stay there, the longer that energy grows, right? You ever notice how sometimes you're like, you have this moment in the day and it seems like all hell breaks loose after that, like one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. But imagine changing your mindset right when that first thing occurred, that first thing that knocked you off your feet, that first thing that got you thinking or overthinking, feeling overwhelmed and stressed. Take a moment and breathe and realize that you can change your reality through your mindset shift in that same moment. Because I'm living proof of healing. I no longer seek wholeness, I live it. My joy is my medicine now, and it can be yours too. I want you to start dressing like the healed version of yourself. I want you to start dancing in the kitchen or around your home like the healed version of yourself. I want you to stop just speaking your affirmations in the mirror, but I want you to speak them with joy. Not always through tears, but if tears come, hey, I get it. But allow yourself to be seen, even in imperfection. And sometimes I think perfectionism, it keeps you also in that healing journey phase where you're like, oh, I must be still healing something because this isn't working out exactly the right way. Or I got to keep putting this together. I got to keep doing this, right? Come on. Now that you've crossed that bridge, you guys, stop rebuilding it. Stop rebuilding the bridge. Your healing journey is over. That's the message for you guys today. So I want you guys to take these journal prompts with you today. And I want you to answer it. And when you write this in your journal, I want you to put the date. I want you to put the time. All of my clients, they know this. And I want you to put the date and the time. And I want you to ask yourself this question. All right. So I'm going to give you guys some journal prompts for today. Journal prompt number 1. What does my healed self look like and live like? You got to know what it looks like. You have to know what it looks like, right? What does it look like? What am I doing? Where am I going? How do I live my life as a healed person? If you don't know what it looks like, this message is definitely for you. It's for you because it's time, okay? Journal prompt number 2. What parts of my life am I ready to enjoy again? Yeah, because when you are busy healing yourself and going through these different things, you let go of some really important things that were probably really fun for you because you thought you just had to get rid of everything, start completely over. And that's fine if you did. But now you're able to reflect and see the very things that you really enjoyed, that you really love to do. And I want you to start doing that. And I want you to first figure out what that is. What parts of my life am I ready to enjoy again? What parts? What was it? Okay? And journal prompt number 3, you guys. What new story begins now that my healing chapter is complete? So what new story begins now that my healing chapter is complete? What's your new story going to be now? Who are you outside of survival mode? Who are you outside of healing? Do you know that? Do you know? And it's okay if you don't know right now. A lot of times I advise people to sit in stillness and silence for a moment. If you can. You can play music quiet, softly, but if you can sit down and if you could just be in stillness for a minute, and sometimes even just in silence for a minute, those answers will come up. They'll come up and you'll know. So you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this this channel message of your healing journey being over. Because now it's not time to be stuck. Now it's not time to continue doing the same thing. Now it's time for you to live. It's time for you to enjoy life. Okay? Look, our kids, they don't need to see us just going through our healing journey forever. Asking us what's going on, giving us hugs, seeing us sad, seeing us go up and down in our emotions. If you're a parent, what better way to show your kids that you can heal yourself and then move forward and then move on and then embody what it looks like now. I don't know. But it's enough. Enough. Stop replaying those same movie scenes in your head. Enough. Take control of your mind. But by not avoiding, but reclaiming your throne. Reclaiming who you are. Reclaim your mind as your own, okay? And see how life shifts instantly. It's all about this up here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay, you guys, just keep watching because the next video is going to be about the energy of November. And for those of you that know me, I'm Eswa Unlimited, you guys. And yes, I do channel energy from, each month and everything like that. And so every month, if you ask anybody that knows me, has been following me for a while, it has been so accurate every single month. And as I was talking about, I had a masterclass recently. It was like probably 3 hours long. And in this masterclass, we were talking about fear, and then the dragonfly came up. And I learned so much about the spiritual meaning of a dragonfly. You guys, if you know me, you know that I'm the person that loves spirit animals. I do spirit animal readings, for spirit animal cards. I just love the meanings behind these spirit animals, and I know how important they are. I know that they show up in our lives. So if you've been seeing any spirit animals recently around you more now than ever, whether it's a dragonfly, whether it's a blue jay, I've been hearing a lot about that. So many butterflies, so many hummingbirds. There's been so many animals that have been just leaving these messages for us. So many feathers being dropped at places. So if that's you, if there is a spirit animal that's been reaching out to you lately, I want you to leave it in the comments below. Let's talk about that. Let's get into it because they leave messages for us. And that message that message for the dragonfly was about transformation. It was about releasing that fear and how seeing through illusions. Now, I'm not going to touch on all that right now, but it was about seeing through illusions. What illusions are you seeing through right now? The illusion that you're still in survival mode. The illusion that you're still healing and your life is going to always be about healing continuously. But It's about developing a new mindset. Yeah. So I love you guys. Remember, you are magic. So today, be magical, spread love, and share your freaking story because it's worth it. You're worth being heard. And there's someone that's waiting to hear from you. So I love you guys. Until next time, peace, y'all.